Now, what about Glasgow? It's petered out, ending as a sort of desultory affair with no new grand global climate plan. It's finished with a deal on limiting methane emissions that Australia didn't join, holding out with China, Russia and a couple of others. There was a deforestation pledge too, which is always nice to see because the simple reality is that the world has already got a carbon pollution reduction machine. It's called the tree. So that's a good move. And Scott Morrison made his speech about his net zero commitment to a conference that's caught up in green left posturing and political fashion rather than substance.
Our emissions in Australia will fall by 35% by 2030, far exceeding our Paris commitment. Australia meets and beats our commitments.
And then the Prime Minister had to grovel to the heir apparent and sadly doff his cap to Prince Charles's climate activism.
But now we've committed to net zero by 2050. Australia's done that here at COP26, doubled our climate finance commitments, and we're working very close with our Pacific family, with Prime Minister Bainimarama and the whole team, so which I know you have a great affection for the Pacific.
Really? Justifying our country to that doffer? This stuff is pretty silly, isn't it? It's humiliating. There was criticism of the Australian display in Glasgow because it dared to host Santos, a gas company running a crucial project on carbon capture and storage. This stuff should be front and centre for the climate action crowd. But because they're into fashion and gesture rather than practical reality, they decry any future for fossil fuels, even if we can decarbonise them. Just to give you a sense of the Glasgow vibe, I want to share you a couple of pictures a friend sent me from the conference. This part of the conference centre is for co-creative reflection and dialogue space. And up there on the agenda board are opportunities for inner and outer ecology meditation. And why are we not talking about our clothes? And conscious collaboration on climate change. I mean, why aren't we talking about our clothes, really? And this is Greta Thunberg territory, isn't it? This is exactly the sort of international conference Australia should avoid. As I said before he went, Morrison should not have gone, and he certainly should not have made a net zero pledge before he went. Surely, if he had his time over, he would have ignored the whole sideshow.